Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. So, the channel where I like to talk about moving to Italy, relocating to Italy, properties in Italy, and sharing people experiences. So, today I'm going back to expat expectations topic. And so I found an interesting post on Facebook in this group called Expats Living in Italy, which I recommend everyone to join. And so let's start reading this interesting post. Then, anyway, before I start, let's say please put like and subscribe if you like this type of contents. It takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything. Now, today's topic is about a British couple from UK, so who wants to move to Italy. Now, there is this big trend nowadays. I see that a lot of people, in particular from United States, not only, but also from UK and from other parts of Europe, wants to move to Italy. Now, obviously, It's much easier for European citizens simply because they don't need any visa. But for British or American, it's much harder if they don't have if they don't require the needs to apply for a visa. After this 2 minutes introduction, let's start with reading the post. Hello, everyone. My husband and I are looking to move from UK to Italy with our baby daughter. So they have an under 5 years old daughter and two dogs. We have not got a clue where to start in terms of areas, but we sadly don't speak Italian. So I guess being around other English people would definitely be beneficial. Not looking for somewhere majorly tourist, as that will hike the price of the properties. So guessing somewhere more inland, but still with plenty going on, in if that makes sense. Is the education system good and the healthcare? So many things to think and sort. Scary, but hopefully for the better. P.S. I'm going to get a dual passport because I was born in Romania. So the fact that she was born in Romania, that will make it easier for her to relocate. She doesn't need any visa once she will get the Romanian passport. Now, after reading the post, my very first question that I would ask to myself is why someone who is settled and established in UK with a husband, with dogs, with house, with daughter, I guess, with everything, where is the need to move from UK to Italy? This is my big question because as an Italian who moved abroad for 17 years and keep seeing constantly this trend of Italian people, in particular young Italian, living, and not only the young anyway, live in Italy. So I'm trying to understand why there is this trend of people from UK or America or Germany. A lot of Italians are moving to Germany, Switzerland, France, Holland, Belgium, UK. So why there are nowadays so many British or American or other nationalities who wants to move to Italy? So answer to me to this question, please, under the comment section if you have an answer to this. Anyway, let's start reading the comments under this post. Now, the very first few comments are like these. Hello, first of all, do you have a visa or an EU passport that will allow you to move? I mean, she stated in her post that she's going to apply to the Romanian passport because she was born in Romania. So I don't understand why people are asking if she's entitled. Once you have a European passport and Romania is in Europe, is in EU, so they are allowed to move. And then she say, I'm getting a dual citizenship as I was born in Romania and so on. Then someone said, that's the fabulous, fantastic. That's the hard part out of the way. Have you spent much time in Italy? Where have you been? What do you and your husband plan on doing for work? Now, these are interesting questions because, anyway, let's take one more thing that by the post, I can just guess that they are in the beginning of this process. So they're just wondering, uh, that's the way things start, in the meaning that we have to visualize. So I'd say they are just at the very, very, very beginning of the process, this couple who wrote the post. So I'm not expecting them to speak Italian or to have even have visited Italy before. So it's just an idea. They like Italy. They probably saw or many interesting videos or listen to some of their friends reporting them how Italy beautiful is. So that could be the reason why they wanted to move to Italy. They want to move to Italy. Now, to this post, the author of the after this comment, the author of the post replied and said, "No, we know we would have to visit first, of course. So they never visited Italy before. This is all extremely fresh in our minds. And when I say fresh, I mean we only started discussing it a few nights ago. So that's exactly what I said. They only started discussing. So from starting discussing about one topic and doing it, in Italy we say there is the ocean in the middle. So tra il dire, from what I say, e il fare, what I do, in the middle there is the ocean. So that's typical Italian expression. Tra il dire e il fare c'è di mezzo il mare. There is the sea, I say, translated as the ocean. Between what I say and what I do, there is the sea in the middle. So, but we kind of want to know the type of areas so we know where to visit and think of as a potential. I won't be working unless I can find a work from home, online, English speaking, and my husband works in construction. So basically, they're asking here just for recommendations. What's now for a ready community, maybe of British who have already moved to relocate. So to understand, because it's important to have someone else's opinion. Now, someone said, definitely get some trips booked then. Visiting Italy for holiday is so much different to living here. It's really not easy. You have to learn the language, which can take years, and I totally agree. It can be hard making friends here, especially when you don't speak Italian. Also true, but it's possible, but you might have to learn Italian, at least the basics. You mentioned you prefer to not be in a tourist area. However, the downside of living in a non-tourist area is that not many people will speak English, and it could be harder to find work. What made you decide Italy, if you don't mind me asking? For me, this is a very important question. What made you decide Italy? Why? She never replied. The author never replied to this. Anyway, to this comment. So, good thing, construction renovation. This is not important. Does your husband understand Italian? Because she didn't mention this. So I guess her husband is British, so probably not from Romania because she said she was only born in Romania, or maybe he is another nationality, I don't know, but her answer is no. So both of them are not speaking Italian. Then, first things to look into the visa situation. All right, she already explained. Okay, hello. First thing is, does any one of you hold European passport? She said already, again. Then, do you intend to work in Italy? Schools aren't worse than in England. As yours is a baby that it can be easier to learn the language in nursery before starting school. Healthcare system is better than the NHS, the British healthcare system, but depends on the areas, also between big and small towns. So here so many replies to this comment, to this to this comment. And why? Because she's stating that schools are not worse than in UK, and she say that the healthcare system is much better than in UK. Now here, obviously, you have everyone has a different opinion, and someone say, "Oh, I completely disagree. The healthcare system in UK is better than the Italian," and then who is saying, "Oh no, the Italian is better than the British." Someone reporting awful stories. Someone says, "It depends where you go, I guess. I went to a hospital in the Naples province where there was no soap or toilet paper." Can you guess? Can you believe it? In the toilets, for example. Bah, possibly. In Italy, everything is possible. So I not even say, "Oh no, that's impossible." There are awful stories about Italy. Actually, I think I should make a video about. I read one article only this morning that in Sicily, sorry if I'm laughing, oh gosh. Anyway, it's a sad story. In Sicily, there were people working for €1.60 an hour in a retail shop. So for me, anyway, that was reported by one of the major outlets in Italy. So it has to be a real story that people are working for €1.60. I'm shocking. I'm saying to myself, who is going to work for €1.60? Better to be unemployed. I mean, I'm gonna earn how much? €15 a day. I can just barely buy bread and milk with that. I don't know, but that's what it said. I worked for the NHS and worked in Milan, and yes, Milan was much better. I also found the school better than England, but then everyone got his own experience and opinion. Exactly. Everyone has his own experience, so we cannot really judge schools and so on. So I thought it was the opposite. What age are you talking about? What time they start and finish is about the schools. Again, healthcare in Italy is better and worse, depends what you're looking at. Okay. All right, let's see. Again, yes, I imagine school and hospitals are better in the north than in the south of Italy. But anyway, here not necessarily true. Some Italians, sometimes also Italians are commenting under these posts, and they're saying no, it's not necessarily true. And I agree with the Italian who said no. I mean, you might find awful experiences. Will I tell you a short story? Nothing to do. Now, I'm in a small town. I'm in a 1,000 inhabitants small town. If I need the GP, first of all, I don't have to. GP is the doctor, basic doctor that anyone can go. I don't know what they call it in the US. In Ireland, we used to call it GP. So if I need to go to my GP, it's only 3 minutes walk, 3 minutes walk from my house, and there's never queue. Each time I go there, it's free. I don't have to pay anything. Okay, I have Italian tessera sanitaria. Also, my wife, she's not Italian, but she also got, once we get the residence here, I mean, I'm Italian, but my wife is not Italian. She also got tessera sanitaria, so we all rely on the public healthcare system. No private insurance. No queue. Zero. Each time I go there, maybe sometimes, if I go very early, I might find 2, 3 people in front of me. If I go around the time she's closing the doctor's studio, no one is always there. I'm always shy to knock the door and say, anyone in there? Then I have a friend in Turin. Turin, 1 million city, civilized north of Italy, okay? And I have a friend who needs a visit to the GP. He had to book 9 days in advance. 9 days. So he contact and say, is it any appointment available? And the GP said, the doctor said, in 9 days. Come on, that's shocking. So we are talking about the north of Italy, the northern civilized Italy, comparing to the southern uncivilized, which for me is not true anyway. I'm just provoking a bit. But anyway, here, no complaints at all. For now. Never say never. Then, other than obvious answer of your ability to legally move to Italy, how many times have you visited the country? I think she stated that she never visited. What length of time have you spent there? Nothing. Living in Italy is nothing like visiting as a tourist. Knowledge of the language is vital, especially if you have young children. Think of enrolling in school, conversing with teachers, dealing with pediatricians. A lot needs to be considered, and I totally agree. I mean, obviously she's only in the beginning, but if you are really planning to move, if you're planning for real to move to Italy, these are all things that you have to consider, and each of these things might be an obstacle, and say to yourself, no, I will not do it, simply because each of these little steps might be a huge obstacle. I'm in Florence, everyone speaks English, and tons of expats. Yes, obviously, for example, depends on the location that you move, touristy cities, but she stated that she wouldn't like to live in a too much touristic place, crowded places, which I don't like it, for example. Then, before you look for properties, you should apply for visa. Again, she said, as a mother of two small children living in Italy, you will need to learn the language fairly quickly. And I agree. It's important. Anyway, so start already if you are in UK, start already having some private lessons of Italian. At least start. Then I might ask to myself, she's Romanian. Romanian and Italians are both Latin languages, Romance languages. There are not that much difference. Generally, I see Romanian learning Italian very, very quickly. Then I don't know if she speaks Romanian, because she's only said that she was born in Romania, maybe because Italian and Romanian language are quite similar. Let's say if I'm listening a Romanian talking, I won't understand much, but if I'm reading, like the Portuguese and Romanian, I don't speak these two languages. But when I'm reading, I can nearly understand everything, but when they're speaking, it's much harder. So I should go there and get my ear used to that. Like it happened with the Spanish. Once I spent a bit of time in Spain. Once I lived with Spanish people. After 3 months, I could understand everything and being able even to speak Spanish. Then I'd really suggest learning the language first, to at least a B2 level. It will be impossible for you to manage to move and purchase of a property without at least conversational fluency. Bureaucracy here is a nightmare, and it is all in Italian. Bureaucracy is Italian bureaucracy. That's why sometimes I'm thinking why people want to move to Italy. I mean, it's well known that Italy, and then anyway, I will make a video about the Italian stereotypes, because we have so many awful stereotypes in Italy that I'm even wondering why people choose to move to Italy. Now, I'm not trying to push away, it's just a way to be a bit ironic, sarcastic, someone wrote under one of my videos, where I was talking about Calabria. Oh, no way, there is Andrangheta, which is the Calabrian mafia. And I just reply, I say, okay, for sure they're gonna come to knock your door. I mean, as a joke. I mean, you don't even notice these things, believe me. If you notice, I mean, not if you notice these things. If you're a bit paranoid with these things, I think you simply have watched too many mafia movies in your life. So it's a bit different. The reality is a bit different from the movies, always. Even in a touristy area, all the official communication and endless paperwork you need is done in Italian. If you reside outside a touristy area, no one speaks English, at least more than hello. Then, well said and solid advice, all true. Could you please tell me what resources you use to become fluent to a B2 level? I took lessons, someone because yeah, people are asking, what do you? Of course, if you take lessons and you have to be into the languages, you have to put efforts. When we want to learn a language, we always have to put efforts. Then even me, if you listen to me now, I like to speak in English. I'm not native English speakers. I'm running this channel in English, but my English is not perfect. So now I have the definition that I'm speaking English. All right. So when you are watching Italy, a place to love YouTube channel and say, oh, what language Antonio is speaking? Is he speaking? He's speaking. And you can say, oh, he speaks English. English. Now, I'm Swiss, but also have lived in Italy. The regions of Como and Varese in the north are beautiful, especially if you like snow-capped mountains, pastures, and lakes. The quality of life is high, true. Anyway, we at the borders with Austria and Switzerland, the quality of the life is always higher, good quality services, but also the cost of the life is higher. Anyway, and the prices of the properties are much higher. So again, it's convenient if you have money and anyway, and if you like mountains. I'm always saying that Italy is a country generally for rich people. Down rich, let's say smart or rich, but someone who can handle in a way or in another. Obviously, things are never easy. So are complicated in the life for everyone. For the Italians who are moving abroad and for people who wants to move to Italy, things are always kind of difficult. Downside, for some, no beach. Upside, you are just down the road from spectacular Switzerland. I think someone is trying to advertise a bit of Switzerland here. Fine, I love Switzerland. I've been many, many times because I was living not really far from the border. I was 2 hours driving and I enjoyed each time I went to Switzerland. Even if I think I always thought that I wasn't rich enough to live in Switzerland. Then consider Lucca. It has a supportive international community. Now, keep in mind that salaries are low in Italy and might be difficult for you financially with 3 people and 2 dogs living off one salary. In most families, both parents have to work to manage and they're even struggling. Now, that's the truth, the sad truth. Because, anyway, apart the joke, not the joke, apart the story of the €1.60 per hour. Anyway, salaries in Italy are well known to not be very high. And so, if you rely on the Italian salary, I'd say harder to have a decent life. Then, if you have money, you're welcome to move to Italy. I'm always welcoming everyone who have money. I'm joking. Actually, I should make a video and say to the government, to our Giorgia Meloni, to who we should give the Italian residency. All right, remind me to make a video about not according to me, in my opinion, according to me is English. In my opinion, to who Italy should give the residency. Because if Italian government would be a bit smart, they would take this move and they would improve straight away things. Because I'm in favor anyway of people who wants to move to Italy. I'm not kind of here saying, oh no, I don't want any foreigners, Italian only for Italy, only for Italians. No, I'm not into this. I see the world like, I'd like the idea to move freely to one place to another without obstacles. Then, would that still be the case if we own a property outright? Now, the author replied to that comment, okay, financially it's going to be hard if you live off one salary. And the author said, would that still be the case if we own the property outright? I would think so. We rent it, with rent, it will be impossible outright. There are many sites which provide cost of living in different countries, cities. Google to get an idea. Yes, I'm aware of this. We are in process of moving from UK to Tuscany, so this is another many anyway. There is this huge trend of British who wants to move to Italy, and not only British. Already purchased and apart. So we are in process of moving from UK to Tuscany. Already purchased an apartment and did a trial 2 months. Live as local. Grocery bill almost the same. In brackets, quality of food is better though. Eating out 70-80% of the bill, compared with New Forest versus London, might be cheaper. Electricity is more expensive. Broadband 35 euros a month. For example, I pay 20 euro a month for the broadband. So, but in Italy I used to pay in Ireland I used to pay 70 euro a month with a huge brand that I'm not gonna make the name, but I used to pay 70 euro a month for the broadband. Here, 20 is 50 euro less. So I can say from that point of view, Italy is cheaper. Then I know someone who lives with her husband in northern Italy, who works in construction in Switzerland, where the pay is much higher. This could be a smart move. Now, you move at the border with Switzerland, and then there are a lot of Italians that are working in Switzerland, and so every day they commute up and down through the border just to go to work, and the pay is much higher in Switzerland than in Italy. Then, if you're interested in Puglia, Manduria, there is a commercials for sale. Now, you need to learn Italian, especially if you want to find a job. Salaries are miserable, so it's better if you move here only if you find a good job. I'm against this statement. For me, not all the salaries are miserable. Some, they might be. Then I saw the payslip, okay, personally, I saw the payslip of people, not, these are not experts. These are immigrants coming from North Africa, in the south of Italy, going to pick up vegetables for the Italians, and I saw that the pay rate per hour is not that low as the television or the stories are telling. I saw even salaries like mine in Ireland. Obviously, many hours working, but with the same salary, you can, and they all send money anyway to their native countries. This is the story of a man who came from North Africa to Italy with these boats that can sink anytime in the Mediterranean Sea. So, tough life, tough experience. I respect these people. Um, then, if they're criminal, put them in jail. But if they work hard, respect. Puglia, Salento, excellent location, health service okay, hospital nearby, land famous for primitive wine, okay, so they're promoting Puglia. Hi, what an exciting chapter, you're about to begin. I know it can feel overwhelming, but with the right steps, it will all come together beautifully. A few practical tips to get you started. Let's see. Choosing the area, of course, that's very important. Focus straight away on one area. Don't waste time going look here and there. Focus on one area. Language barrier, education, healthcare, dual citizenship. If you like support in choosing the right area, finding a home to rent or buy, and understanding the relocation step, or managing a property after you move, feel free to reach out. So she's providing a service. As far as you don't work in Italy, or either you pay in all by yourself into the Italian health insurance, okay, no. I mean, it says that you have to pay for the private, unless you have the residency here. You have to pay for a private health insurance. Just to say, being around a lot of other English speaking people will not necessarily lead you to learning the Italian language quickly. When I first lived in Italy, nobody else spoke English, and I was fluent in Italian within a year. Speech wise, anyway. I'm only now studying Italian grammar 40 years later, which, despite being able to speak Italian, is quite challenging. Have fun. Thank you. I would love to learn the language, but I'm just so frightened that I wouldn't pick it up. This is the author saying, I would love to learn. I mean, you have to learn if you want to move to Italy. I'm sorry. Someone said the Romanian language is a lot like Italian, so if you speak that, I would. So, Romanian language is a lot like Italian, but with English you won't get far. I am afraid. Or I don't know a word. So the author says now that I don't know a word of Romanian either. I was adopted by to my English parents. So consider her as a native English, because anyway she speaks probably English at a native level, being adopted with a chance anyway still to apply for citizenship, because someone is asking, if you are adopted to non-Romanian parents, would you still be eligible for Romanian citizenship? Yes, my brother managed to do it a few years ago. That's great. Yeah, my brother, he's helping me to go about it. I've got most of my original documents and so on. Hey, we are in the process of moving from the UK to Italy with two small kids and animals. Feel free to DM me if you want to chat. Anyway, this is nice type of comment, in the meaning that it's a similar situation and is ready to give a bit of support, or to say, okay, move close to me. I don't know. If they really want to make this move, in a way or in another, you will make it possible. All right, my friends. So there are still a few more interesting comments, which I will skip. It can be overwhelming at first moving to a different country with a family, but have faith that all will work out just fine. All right, healthcare system, school. Now the author wrote a comment here. My husband said he might have to keep working in UK, but then I don't know if that would be possible because we no longer have an address. So probably they have a house in UK, they might sell it, buy it here, and then without a place where to live, then he should pay on top. Anyway, it's a bit confusing. You have to make it. I mean, if you are already planning to divide, one is working there, one is staying there. I don't know. Unless he's making €10,000, £10,000 a month in UK, and then sends a lot of money. But anyway, when you have visited Italy over the years, what have you liked and not liked? She never visited. What do you like anywhere in terms of geography? So we bought a place in Mineo, small town, walkable. Mineo, we are talking about Sicily. Hilltop location, fabulous views, 4 buses to Catania, if you want to learn more, and so on. Someone say, we love Calabria. Perfect. So that's where my last few videos was about it. I showed properties for sale in Calabria. Here, last comment, then I'm gonna close the video. Romanian here with dual citizenship, Romanian American. We will move in Italy in a year or so, and we do not have relatives there. Have courage and do what you feel. Again, after this comment, my only conclusion is, why so many Americans and British and other Northern European? Actually, I read a comment somewhere else where someone who is studying in UK is trying to make a study as an anthropologist to understand why now there is this trend to move from the Northern European countries to the Southern European. I might have the answer. I've discussed this many times in my video, but anyway, I try to go back to that comment and maybe to try to make a video about this. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel. And so, again, if you watch up to now, I'm sure you have already put like and subscribe. And then it takes 2 seconds and it doesn't cost anything. So, bye for now, my friends, and I'll see you here on Italy, a Place to Love YouTube channel to my tomorrow video. Bye!